Hello, everybody. It's little David, and I noticed that I did a few videos on PTSD, and I have not done any videos on bipolar disorder. And so this video here is on bipolar disorder. You might know bipolar people, or be a bipolar person, or you could be a bipolar person that doesn't even know, like me, for the longest time in their life that they were and didn't get diagnosed till in their 30s or whatever. So, here's whiskey. Go get it. Good boy. Come on. You can do it. Come on. All right. So, this video I was just wanting to do to maybe help people that I didn't realize this, but as a poor person like myself, I have, healthcare, and I see a therapist a couple times a month and a psychiatrist once a month. And, but there's other people out there that might have a job and, they can't afford insurance and can't, see a therapist or talk to anybody or get diagnosed or anything. You ready? See, I think he has it too. No, I'm joking. So, one of the things is that as a bipolar person, sometimes you need, let's say money. We'll talk just about money for a second. Um, you need money, and, for, say, smoke cigarettes, and you're like, damn it, I don't know how to get money. I don't know who to ask, and then along someone gives you, 5, $10, and you're happy. You got your cigarettes. You're not though. You, even though you achieved some even extreme goal, like my home, my little tiny house, I have a place to live, and I sometimes I take it for granted. I don't really think of how awesome it is and how peaceful it is to have a little dog and a little house. I get depressed when I have no valid reason to be depressed. And so, um, people that suffer with bipolar, there's, bipolar 1, bipolar depression, mixed bipolar, a lot of stuff like that. So, um, some tips and tricks I know about dealing with this is helping others. Helping others always helps me. I could be starving, not doing well, but if I help someone, load their truck or do whatever they're doing, or even talking to them helps them, it's amazing if I feel fantastic because I'm not thinking about myself. I'm thinking about somebody else. And that's one trick I adapted in my life. Um, and my psychiatrist tells me that when I um, have these highs and I have these lows, that I have to realize that emotions are temporary. You could be screaming hot mad, and 20 minutes later, it's gone. It's like it never happened almost. And then you have to apologize and make things better and all that stuff. And um, so a trick I learned is helping others helps you, and me making a video, if I can help somebody, it would make me feel great. So I did PTSD videos, and not realizing I didn't make any bipolar videos. It's new to me. I grew up, with ADHD, so I'm very familiar. Plenty of packets that I've read in my life on it, different, videos I've seen. I have nephews, nieces that suffer with it. I've had friends suffer with it. ADHD, I'm talking about here. So I'm very familiar with ADHD. Now, when it comes to bipolar, I was only referring to it as, oh, my girlfriend's bipolar, which I didn't even know what bipolar meant back then, or, that person's just bipolar, so I didn't know what I was actually even talking about. But now that I do, and I talk to my therapist, psychologist, and, working through these problems that I have, I find that the trick of helping others distracts you, gets you out of your head. Okay, the other one is always to remember that emotions are temporary. Um, they do fade away after a while, whether you're sad or you're angry, happy, extremely lunatic happy. um, they fade away. They're meant to. They're meant to. We're built that way. Okay, so those are two things there. Another thing is, for those of you that work, and you can't afford insurance, can't see a therapist, can't get diagnosed. I didn't think I was bipolar. I've been called it a few times in my life, but I never actually got diagnosed bipolar, and frankly, I was insulted. It's kind of life changing there for a little while. Still, even it's like, come on, really, all these problems. And did you know that most artists, my therapist is Hispanic, and their culture, their artists are artists. In most cultures, artists, most of them did suffer bipolar depression, and painting and illustrating, and that's why, like, I don't remember the names of any specific artists. Okay, that's something you could look up. Hey, was Picasso bipolar? Did he suffer bipolar depression? I don't know which artists were, but the more the famous artists out there in different cultures suffer bipolar depression, or like me, bipolar 1, where we have manic episodes. And you know so another trick now is art, creativity. Let it come out of you. Do what, maybe it's drawing, maybe it's painting, maybe it's there's a lot of stuff out there, gardening, finding your passion and working with that, and having something to go back to. Make your project. Okay, this is a trick. All right, I have a lot of fish in aquariums. Now, there's one project aquarium that I always keep, that I can always, when I'm mad and I'm having a manic episode, and I just want everyone to go away from me, I go over there to my tiny house, and oh yeah, I can show you. And I can have a project tank. I have one tank that I don't need to mess with and prefer not to. And so here's the little table I have, and that's for my project tank. Right here in my house, this here is my project tank. It's on this crappy old table that's about to break. It's full of guppies and different things, different guys, different peaceful fish. And I can add frogs to it, snails. It's a peaceful community, is what they would say in the fish world. Now, over here, I have monsters, predatory monsters. This, I can't just throw any old fish in there, they'll get eaten. Those things are monsters. So I left myself a tank that I could constantly work on, so that when I am upset or having a manic episode or sad, I'm sad a lot, I can go to that and clean it, or add new fish and watch their behavior. And you have your passion, work on what you are good at, but also leave wiggle room for your disorder. That's something I've learned too. That's a personal trick. Nobody taught me that. That's something I just adapted into my hobby, I guess. I do not edit my videos. I just kind of go with the flow, and sometimes I don't know exactly specifically what to say, but you know, I believe in live performance. Don't edit it. And watching this little guy gives me great joy. I don't know what he's doing half the time, but just pretending that I was, understanding what he's going through. I hope he's happy. He seems happy. Whiskey, are you a happy boy? Are you a happy boy or a sad one today? I think he's sad. Whiskey, whiskey. No, he's on the trail of something, huh? Are you on the trail? Good boy. Yeah. So, like I said, for PTSD, in a lot of ways, bipolar and PTSD aren't too different from one another. It's hard to tell when I talk to my therapist what kind of week I'm having. I'll say, for instance, here's an example. There was a deer that was hit in the road, true story, a few weeks ago, and I had insomnia, and I couldn't sleep. I had these very spike, like, just bad flashes, flashbacks, smells from times in my past that were I dealt with some horrible things in my life, and I could smell the trees that were in that area, and I couldn't sleep all night, and that was PTSD. So now, let's say a different week, something happened where I was at Safeway, and I just was waiting in line and left my shopping cart and left the building and took off, and regretted it when I got 6 miles out of town to where I live, and I didn't pick up any Mountain Dew. Damn it! I can't believe why I am such an idiot, and why'd I do that? And talk to my therapist and find out it is a bipolar thing. It wasn't anything to do with PTSD. So I'm in the middle of discovering what is going on in my head. Is it PTSD? Is it bipolar disorder? I have a couple other symptoms, but the main ones are the PTSD and bipolar. Those are the big ones. So, those are my tips. My tips are emotions are temporary. Try to remember that when you're having a manic episode. Getting a project and leaving your project open, not completing it. You can complete most of it, do like a beautiful whatever it is, but have one project one. If it was like to say drawing, then do your drawing, a beautiful drawing, and then do a drawing where you only start in one corner and work on it every episode that you have, You probably create something beautiful. Use these things, the unhealthy brain, it's very hard to live, and people won't understand you. You can't talk to them about it. You'll get frustrated. You might lose friendships and relationships. I would like to just offer help and ideas so that you don't lose your friends and you don't lose your relationships, and you have some tools to work with. So of course, is the emotions are temporary. 2 is your projects, and leaving one available project for you at all times. You need that because you could be manic or depressed at any given time. You know this, and for no reason. You could have all the money in the world, depressed. Seen it all through history. Anyways, and the third one, animals. If you do like animals, they help a lot, because that is what I'm saying, is when I'm saying taking care of others, taking care of him. I didn't think I'd be a good dog owner. Honestly, in my heart, I thought, I'm a reptile guy, I'm a fish guy. I'm not a dog guy. They chew things up, they invade my space. I like my animals to be in their own little cages that I control. I don't like animals that are in my cage controlling my stuff, chewing up my stuff. But Whiskey doesn't do that. He doesn't chew up stuff. Thank God. But um so yeah, having thinking of others, helping out others is something to get out of your head. Get out of your own head, and then you're worried. Did they eat? Do they have water? Do they want a bath? Do they want to go for a walk? Or, for the animals. For humans, there's so many people that need help, especially elderly. I know it's a bad time, but sometimes you can help out others and family members. But these are just some things that tips and tricks. I love you guys. Thank you very much for subscribing to my channel or viewing my channel. I hope you find this useful and have a good day. Love you all. Bye.